I could have an epidural, and then they just changed their minds. My water broke on January 8th at around 6:30 during dinner. I wasn't really sure if it was my water because it kind of just felt like I peed my pants, which is very common towards the end of pregnancy and has happened a few times. At night, I had contractions at around 2 a.m. and then they kind of just completely stopped. It wasn't anything super intense, but it was enough to keep me up. I went to the hospital that morning despite the lack of contractions. Also, I can't get it out. I wasn't leaking any more fluid, but I still went just to see if my water broke because I was 40 weeks at that point. It ended up being my water, so they admitted me. They gave me until 3 p.m. that day to see if contractions would pick up on their own. They didn't, so I took Cytotec at around 3:30, and then things started really picking up. Meanwhile, the anesthesiologist popped in and said that if I wanted the epidural, which was not my plan, I could get one. It was good to know, good to have in the back of my mind, remember that. But at this time, I didn't want one. This seed does not want to come out. At around 4:30, my contractions became very intense, so much so that I had to go in the shower to help relax me. My water also kept breaking in the process. This seed won't come out, so we're moving on to another one. I ended up getting checked at that point, and I was only 5 centimeters, but I was so tapped out because I was very sleep deprived. I wanted a nap so badly, so I called the anesthesiologist to come in. The anesthesiologist ended up switching shifts, and the new anesthesiologist denied me the epidural. It's because I have low platelets. They weren't extremely low. And at this point, I'm in the depths of labor, very much needing a nap and not knowing if I'll have enough energy to push my son out. So yeah, I was kind of freaking out. Thank God we had a birthing tub in the room because that literally saved me. That helped me in labor so much, and I would highly recommend you. I can't get the out. I need a new method. My husband, doula, and birth photographer kept me on this planet because labor was very intense and I was also sleep deprived at this point. So I was just not feeling it. But before I knew it, my body started to push on its own. So they moved me up into the hospital bed. I ended up pushing in a few different positions until I finally ended up on my back and until my husband could see Luca's head. I was in active labor for 8.5 hours and I pushed my son out in 28 minutes with no tearing. Oh, I almost forgot this part. I held the ring of fire, which if you don't know, it's the widest part you can open to. Held that through an entire contraction. I swear that is the reason why I did not tear. It genuinely did not feel like 8 hours. It felt like 2. And the first thing I said right after giving birth was, I am never doing this again. But I totally would do it again.